All right, so go ahead and just meet me in that all four position. I'm going to have you start in that cat cow stretch, and then we'll just get warm from there. We've got a nice little plank series to kick it off. Um, Once you're in that all four position, just bring your hands right underneath of those shoulders. Knees will be underneath of those hips, and you'll just let your belly button fall down towards that mat, looking up to see where that ceiling meets the wall. And then as you exhale, you'll tuck that tailbone under, pulling your belly button up towards that ceiling. And just take your time here. You've got another 20 seconds. This is for you to just start pressing hands into that mat, waking up those abs, shoulders, and those arms. Beautiful. In about 10 seconds, we'll find that neutral spine. In 8, good. 7, big lift up here for 5. And 4, good. 3, find neutral spine and spine in 2. In 1. So go ahead and spread those fingertips out nice and wide right here. You'll walk your right foot out and that left foot out. You'll be in that high plank for me. I want you to walk your knees in. So you're in that bear plank, and then you're going to walk your feet right back out. So you'll walk your knees into that bear plank, and then you'll walk your feet right back out. If being on your wrist isn't available for you today, you can just walk down to those forearms and give me a hold right here. But you're going to stay in that bear plank to high plank for me. So you're walking right foot in, right foot out, left foot out. 5 seconds. We stay in the high plank. Thighs are going to start to really warm up here. You're in the high plank in 3. In 2, stay high plank right here. Go right into your shoulder taps. Keep your feet spread apart. Nice, slow, and controlled. Heart rates will come up. I feel like everyone's a little chilly this morning, so we're going to get warm. You're in your shoulder taps for another 10 seconds. Remember, hips stay square. Pull belly button in. You hold for me in 6, in 5, good. In 4, hold in 3. We're walking our feet out, in 2, in 1. So walk feet out, in. You also have just the option to tap those feet if that feels better. If not, you're walking your feet out, in. 15 seconds right here. You're doing great. We'll put everything together before we take that first rest. So take that big inhale here. You're going to hold center for me in 4, in 3, hold center in 2, on 1. Keep feet separated here for me. You're going to walk your knees, those feet in, out. You'll give me a shoulder tap on each side, and then you'll walk your feet out, in. We're just putting all 3 movements together, warming up shoulders, warming up legs, warming up abs. So you've got that bear crawl. So you're making sure you go from that high plank into that all 4. You'll walk your feet back out, 2 shoulder taps, and then that 1 slow plank jack. You have 20 seconds here. Just keep putting everything together, going through that slowly. Hips stay square here. We're not letting them lift up. In 10 seconds, you're going to lift your hips all the way up towards the ceiling for me. You'll be out of that nice plank warm up. Hold on to it. Make sure shoulders stay right over those wrists. You have 5 and a rest. 4, in 3, we lift up into downward dog. In 2, in 1, lift hips up nice and high and start to pedal them out. Heart rate should be starting to come up. Some warmth building in those shoulders and legs. You're going to pedal out those knees and slowly walk hands into your feet. Feet are going to come into your hands, and I would like you to hang there nice and heavy for a moment. Take a big inhale, reaching further towards that mat for me, and then you'll slowly start to re-sack that spine all the way up to the top. Big shoulder roll to the back of the room. Big shoulder roll to the front of the room for me. We're gonna have some fun with some lunges today. I haven't done them in a while. I was doing the around the world lunges with my private yesterday, and she was like, "Where did these come from?" So I was like, gearing up for Thursday. So what we're gonna do is start. If you want your Balas on, stick your Balas on for me. I don't need you to hold on to weights for this first round, but the Balas are an option for you on both of those ankles. We're gonna start right side here. We're just gonna start with that slow, controlled reverse lunge right side. So right foot's gonna step back, knee comes down, and then we're going to step together. I don't need a knee lift or anything fun like that. I just want you to focus on the power of that low controlled lunge and then that stand with your feet to the top. So all we're in is that right side reverse lunge. You've got about 30 seconds here. Keep it slow, keep it controlled for me. We're gonna start here, longer series on each side, as opposed to putting them together faster. What I want you to think about here is driving through the front heel as you stand to the top. And then as you lower back down, knee almost kisses that mat. From here, we're going into our forward lunge, that front lunge where you're going to step forward and come back to the top next. You're going to be here in 5 seconds. Again, no knee lift needed. I just want you to step forward in 3, step forward in 2, last reverse lunge here. Now you're going to step forward, knee comes right over that ankle, and then you press off of that front heel to come back. All we're doing is stepping forward with that right foot. That left foot is still just stabilizing here. So we're stepping forward with that right, and then we step back together. It looks great. Think about your form here. Shoulders stay relaxed. Abs are going to help you through this with your balance. If you feel a little bit shaky, just make sure you're not walking that tightrope. Walk that foot out a couple inches. We're going to start putting it together. You have some options. You're going to start coming back up to the top, stepping back into your reverse lunge. If not, I want you to give me a knee lift into that reverse lunge, knee lift into that forward lunge in 3 and 2, put them together. 1 forward lunge, 1 reverse lunge. I'd like the extra challenge here. So when you take that reverse lunge, drive your knee up, then with control, you step forward. You drive that knee back up, and then with control, you step backwards. This is a little bit of a balance challenge. If the lift of that knee is too much, just tap your toe at the top and then step backwards. You are here for about 30 more seconds. So take your time as we start to warm everything up as you step forward, as you step back in those reverse lunges. 20 seconds to go. Good. It's always fun when you have furry friends who are like, wait, this feels like a game. You want to play with me? 10 seconds to go right here. You've got this. There's no holds at the bottom. There's no holds at the top with that knee lift. I want feet to come together. We're going to step out into that side lunge if you have the room to do it for me in 5 while you're warm, in 4, in 3, good, in 2, stand at the top. You're going to step right foot out and then you step together. Right foot comes out. Now watch your knees here. All of those toes, all 10 toes face forward. When you step that right foot out, your right knee tracks over that right ankle, you sink down and then you squeeze to come back up to the top for me. You've got this. You have the option to add a knee lift at the top as you step out. I'm not putting all 3 together this round, so don't worry about any changes coming next. I want you just to focus on, it doesn't matter how wide you step. I care more about your knee tracking forward and over your ankle, and then I want you to press off that pinky toe squeeze from that side seat to come back up to the top. You're going to stand at the top. We're going to go into that right side leg raise for me in 5. Good. In 4, stand at the top. In 3. In 2, that weight felt good. On 1, stand at the top. From here, you're going to give me a soft bend in that left leg. You give me that right side standing leg lift. Now that left leg has got to be tired. Hands can come to prayer. Hands can come to your hip. But what I want you to think about here is your left leg is now fatigued from stabilizing. But I want you to really fight to stay lifted with control here. Control here. I don't want you to hinge too far forward. It looks great, ladies. Hold on to that. You've got 10 seconds here. 9 and 8. Good. 7 and 6. Final change in 5. In 4, hold on to it. 3. Good. In 2, come back down on 1. You're going to give me a reverse lunge, a curtsy lunge, a reverse lunge, and that curtsy. So you're just staying down at the bottom, reverse, and that curtsy. Burn out that left leg for me. You only have a hold left. That's it. Here's what happens in this final little bit of work. That left leg should be on fire right now. When you think you want to stand up, you got to fight a little bit longer. You hold the reverse lunge for me in 10 seconds. You're out of this in less than 20. 8 and 7. Shoulders look great. 6, let it burn. 5 and 4. You've got this. 3 and 2. Hold that reverse lunge. Hands in prayer. Breathe. You're going to want to come up. You're going to want to come up. Don't do it. Count in your head if you need to give yourself that extra couple seconds. You stand in 5, drive through left heel, sink down. You're up in 4, in 3, good. In 2, everybody lift, stand all the way up. Reach hands up overhead. You have a plank series in between sides. Dive hands down to your mat. Don't worry about computers. Step all the way back and find that high plank. Breathe for me right here. Heart rates are going to come down a little bit. Left thigh, I know, is on fire as you feel a little bit uneven here. Open your feet apart for me. Go back into your shoulder taps. Shoulder taps, plank jacks, and that bear crawl are going to be that theme between these sides. You have to go through it 3 times. You're in your second time through. Stay in that shoulder tap to start for me. I know those thighs are warm. In 10 seconds, you're just going to step right foot out and in, left foot out and in. In 5 seconds, we'll turn this from that shoulder tap into those feet moving. In 3, in 2, hold at the top. You step right foot out and in, you step left foot out and in. Focus on lower abs, focus on those legs. Let them get warm right here. Heart rate will start to come up for me again. You have 10 seconds in these movements. We go into those feet coming in and out. You'll walk your right foot in, left foot in, back and out. In 4, in 3, 2, hold for me back to that bear crawl. So you step right foot in, left foot in, out, out, in. These are going to fire up your thighs. You can do this. 10 seconds right here before we put it all together. Again, you know the movement. Second time through, think about what you're doing. Instead of hopping feet out, out, in, you're just going to give me those taps. We're going to put all 3 together in 3. Hold for me at the top in 2. Now freeze with those feet out in your plank. You give me a shoulder tap on each side. You tap right foot out. You tap left foot out. You walk right foot in, left foot in, right foot out, left foot out. It's 15 seconds here. It's faster and it's a shorter time period. So you can do this. In 10 seconds, you're back in your downward dog. Do not give up on it. You have this. You've got 8 and 7. Fight for 6. It's tap and tap. It's out and in. Out and in. Finish your bear crawl here in 3, 2, 1. Hips lift. Hips lift. You've got this. Pedal out those knees. Heart rates just came up. We're going to bring them back down. Walk your feet into your hands, hands into your feet. I want you to hang there nice and heavy for a minute. And then I want you to slowly restack that spine. If you need a roll of your shoulders, you're going to take it. We switch over to that left side. You'll be a hint fatigued because that right stabilizing leg is going to be tired. We're going to go into that left side reverse lunge, stand squeeze. I don't want a knee lift in the beginning because we're here for a while. In this left side reverse lunge, I know you're prop free. We don't have any weights in our hands, but if you have those Balas on, you're thinking about how powerful and thoughtful you can be in that contraction, that deliberate movement. So when you step your left foot back, you drive through that right heel to stand together. Thinking about that power, one movement, you step back, you exhale, you step lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, press and lift right back to the top. 15 seconds right here. You've got it. Again, if you need to slow it down, you slow it down. Think about the power, the squeeze, where you're being deliberate in that movement. In 5 seconds, we're going to step forward in that forward lunge in 4. In 3, forward lunge in 2, hold at the top on 1. We step forward. We press off of that forward heel and then we lift, stand together. Take your time in the forward lunge. They're also not my favorite, but what I want you to think about here in that movement is you're not rushing it. As you step forward, you're going to exhale, press off of that heel to step back together. If you feel like your knees are caving in, I need you to actively push them apart so that you're stepping forward. You're not on that tightrope. So you don't have to feel like this is a balancing act. Less than 15 seconds, we're going to start putting it together here. That's when you're going to give me that knee lift at the top, and then you'll step back with control, drive that knee up. In 3, in 2, meet me at the top. Let's go into that reverse lunge. We'll give ourselves that knee lift, and then that front knee steps forward. Take your time here. You do not have to rush through these because your legs are going to fatigue. Give yourself the knee lift, slowly step forward, beautiful, and then exhale, lift that knee up, balance, slowly lowering it back down. 20 seconds right here. Let your legs get nice and warm. We've got that side lunge on deck, really feeling that right leg starting to help us and power through it. Nice job. In 10 seconds here is when we're going to add that side lunge in. You've got it. 8 and 7, stay in the forward lunge to that reverse lunge for 5. Get one more in each side. In 3, you have it. In 2, on 1, we step together. Now is when that weight comes in that right foot and we flex through that left to step out. I was about to put you right in your leg raise. We step together and then we step out. Good. We step together and then we step out nice and wide. I care more about all 10 toes facing forward. Your knee going right over that ankle. As you take that step, think to yourself, I don't care how wide you step out. I care more about the form. Do you feel that nice pull in that inner thigh? And then you're squeezing from that side booty, pressing through those pinky toes to step back to the top for me. You've got this. We have 15 seconds left right here. Everything is slow and controlled as we power it out. You've got 10, and 9, that side leg lift is up next. In 8 seconds, you have it. 7, beautiful. 6, go for 5. And 4, step out one more time. In 3, good. In 2, we step together. We flex that foot. We go right into that side leg lift. You're standing here. I want you to either bring those hands to prayer. You can put them on your hips. If you're losing your balance, you're going to pretend like you're grabbing that big beach ball. Soft bend in that right knee. Legs are going to be fatigued. So instead of letting that leg just fall back down, exhale, press it up, and then fight that resistance as it's coming back down. And then we'll step back into that reverse lunge in a second. You're doing great. Hold on to that big movement. We have that reverse lunge, curtsy, reverse, and curtsy coming up here in 5. Yes, you can. In 4, don't give up on that leg lift. Keep lifting. 3, in 2, give me one more leg lift. Everybody, come back down. Reverse lunge, curtsy, reverse, and that curtsy. Just fire it out right here. Step back, reverse, and you curtsy, reverse, and you curtsy. Hardest change right here because you're staying low. The hold is on deck, and then we get to stand all the way up. You're doing great. I need you to breathe and trust your body right here. Yes, you can. 8 and 7, stay low. 6, tap it center, tap it curtsy. You've got 4 and 3, tap it 2 on 1, reverse hold. Press your palms together. Here's where you got to dig deep and say, I am shaky. I want to stand. But in 15 seconds, you will be standing. So drive that knee down. Press through that forward heel and breathe for 8. Yes, you can for 7. Can you give me a small hinge? Kathleen, you're great. Don't hinge anymore. In that 5 seconds, can you come down 1 more centimeter? 4, 3, 2, 1, and you stand. Arms come right up overhead. I know it's mean, but I have no water yet. If you need the water, you take it. Dive those arms down. I need you to give me that plank one more time. One more time. I know. No dirty looks. Take a big inhale. Spread your fingertips out nice and wide. Breathe right here as we go into these movements. Yep, you've got it. Take a big inhale here. You're holding in that plank. Open those feet up. We go into those shoulder taps. We tap right shoulder. We tap those left shoulders. Yep. As you're breathing through it, this is the last time you'll do these 3 changes. So I want you to make them count. You have the option for those feet. You can either tap feet out, out, in, or you can just tap out, in, out, in. If you want to jump, you can. We're going to move down to those legs in 3, 2, hold hands steady and move those legs. You have the option to just tap right foot and then tap that left foot, or you can go out, out, in. I need feet moving though. I need lower abs to start getting nice and warm right here. 15 seconds, we go into that fun little bear crawl. In for 2, out for 2, in 10, in 9, don't give up on those feet. I want you to let those shoulders feel nice and warm. Legs are even now. They're both tired. You're in your bear crawl movement. In 5, in 4, good. 3 and 2, hold for me. You walk right foot in, right foot out, left foot out. If you are advanced, you want to jump in and jump out, you can. Thighs are what are going to be on fire here. You're holding the bear crawl for me in 5. Stay in the bear crawl in 4. Get that last plank in 3. Hold the bear crawl in 2. Everyone's in the bear crawl. Breathe. Knees are hovering. The extra challenge for 10 seconds is to go into your shoulder tap in your bear crawl. It is 100% possible. I did them this morning. You can do them with me. You have 8 seconds. In 7 seconds, you're going to be in a downward dog. 6, don't give up on it. 5, yes, Kathleen. 4 and 3, good. 2, hold center, lift your hips. Pedal out those feet. Beautiful. Stay here for about 10 seconds. Legs are tired. We're going to give them a break in a second. Stay in those arms. When you're ready, walk feet into your hands, hands into your feet for me, and we'll slowly roll up to the top. Big shoulder roll. Now is when you'll grab your weights. If you need a break with Balas, take them off. If not, you can leave them on. We're going to grab weights in those hands. My goal is for you to have to drop to your Balas or to go body weight in this arm series. So don't stress if you need to. Soften the bend in your knees, arms at your side. You start in that T. We lower down with control. We exhale, lift, and squeeze. This first movement is going to trick you, and it's just going to set you up to be warm the whole series. This big movement, when you squeeze those weights and reach them in opposition, I need you to think about shoulders melting away from your ears. You're reaching in opposition. So long and strong triceps should be nice and warm. Squeeze them at the top for me. We're holding at the top in 10. Lift it up for 9. Good. It's 8. Exhale, 7. Perfect. 6 and 5. Shoulders and triceps nice and warm. Can you exhale, pull belly button in? And 3, hold arms up. And 2, let's hold those arms up. We drop them down an inch, up an inch, down an inch and up an inch right here. Down an inch and up an inch. Reaching in opposition, squeezing triceps, feeling shoulders get nice and warm. You can go body weight whenever you need to. If you're needing to look down at me, I want you to think about looking up as opposed to pulling on that neck. You have 5 more pulses. 4, we put it together in 3 and 2 on 1. You lower arms down, you come up to the top, you give me 1 pulse and they come right back down. You reach arms up, they give me 1 pulse and then they come right back down. 1 pulse at the top. Yes, you can. Arms are going to start to fatigue here. We hold those arms up in about 8 counts. So make sure you're coming down, you're reaching in opposition, 1 little pulse at the top, they come back down. You've got 3, nice, 2, give me 1 more right here. Hold arms up, you start to circle pinkies to the back of the room. Here's where you start to feel that challenge. Can you use your abs right here? Can you exhale, contract through those abs, soften the bends in your knees? Yep, 6 seconds. I want you to have to drop those. I do. 5, that's where muscles start to change. 4 and 3, yes, you can. And 2, ditch them and get those arms back up there. You'll have the chance to grab those weights again. You still have 3 changes with your arms out long. So just you buckle up right here. We hold in 3, we hold in 2 on 1 little bend and press. Little bend and press, little bend and press, little bend and press. Go 10 and 9, you have it. 8 and 7, keep going. 6 and 5, we hold in 4, we hold in 3, beautiful. 2 on 1, you freeze for me. In 10 seconds, I'm going to let you move those arms. I need you to take a big breath. Do not drop those arms. You squeeze your tricep. Arms come to the front in that front raise. Do not drop them down in 3 and 2. Arms float to the front. Palms face each other. Alternate your hammer curl. It's going to feel good. It's going to feel like an active recovery. Reach, bend, and press. Reach. We bend and press. High hammer curl. Elbows are in line with those shoulders. We've got 10, 9, 8, and 7. Yes, you can. 6 and 5. We've got 4 and 3. Final 2. We hold both arms out. Palms face each other. Start to circle again. Start to circle. You're doing great. You're doing so good. Your arms are on fire, but your muscles are changing. Soft bend in your knees. Engage your abs. Reverse that circle. 8 and 7. Good. 6. Front raise for me. And 5 and 4. Good. 3 and 2. We hold on 1. We lower down. We lift arms up. Lowering down, lifting those arms up. We're just reversing what we did in that T. You're in that front raise. Good. 8, 7, 6. Don't give up on it. 5 and 4. It's like an active recovery. 3. We hold them up in 2. Little pulses. Down 1 inch and up 1 inch. Same thing we did in our T. Now we're just in that front raise. We went backwards. You've got 8 and 7, which means your next change is when you're going to drop those arms down. You come up, give me 1 pulse. And 3 and 2 and 1 right here. We lower down. We lift it up. Pulse down 1 inch and up 1 inch. Then lower arms again for me. Make this deliberate. If you dropped your weights and you want them again, you're welcome to grab them. You're in your shoulders. We're about to go into those triceps. Lowering down, exhale, lift. Make sure you use those abs. We need you to really get them nice and warm right here. 3, beautiful. 2, hold arms up at the top for me. From here, palms face each other. We pull those arms and elbows at your side. You're going to hinge forward for me. We alternate in the kickback. Alternate in the kickback. If you ditched your weights, you can pick them up again. You're fine in those triceps. Alternate your kickback for me here. Couple more minutes left in those arms. Here's what I want. I want a big bend in those knees. The big bend in those knees is going to keep them wide awake and those legs nice and warm. Can you start kicking both arms back? Tricep kick back, both arms. Squeeze and release. Big squeeze and release. 8 seconds right here in those triceps. You got to fight for them. Elbows stay nice and high. Both arms are going back. Both arms are coming in. We hold both arms back in 3, both arms back in 2. Hold them back, pinkies towards the ceiling. Pulse up an inch and down an inch. Up an inch and down an inch. Yes, you can. 8, 7, good. 6, keep them up there. 5, yes, you can. 4, in 3, we hold. In 2, can you give me 10 seconds in a hold? Reset right here. Can you reach arms up 1 inch higher? Can you flip palms towards the ceiling? Hold for 5, hold for 4. We stand in 3, in 2, stand all the way back up, palms face forward, go right into your bicep curl. You're not out of those arms yet. All the way up, all the way down. Good. All the way up, all the way down. 8 and 7, arms come to 90 for me. In 6, we add legs back in. In 5, in 4, here we go. 3, in 2, find that 90, walk those arms out a couple inches, big wide step out in those legs. Second position, here we come. You're coming down on a 2 count, so we're going to come down, reach arms out for 2, we come back up on a 2 count, slow and control, come down. For 2, we lift and squeeze. For 2, it should feel so good on your hips. Big wide stance here. I need you to come down that imaginary wall. No hinging forward here. As you press those arms out, serve that platter, you drive tailbone down to that mat. Weight stays in those heels. You should be able to wiggle those toes for me. As you serve that platter, think about how strong you are, pulling those shoulders away from your ears. Belly button stays plugged in. Yep. Everyone stays at the bottom. In 5, you stand up one more time. Now stay at the bottom. In 2, hold. Now pulse out an inch with those arms, down an inch with that butt. Yep, squeeze those seats, pulse down, pulse out. It's down and out. Your seat sinks an inch, arms serve that platter an inch. For 10. For 9, we're going to hold in 8. Good. In 7. In 6, keep going. Pulse 5, pulse it for 4. Down 1 inch, up 1 inch. 2, now hold for me right here. You're going to lift both heels as your arms come in, and then you extend both arms, both heels lower. Both heels lift, high curl, both heels lower. If the heel lift is too much, you ditch the heel lift, focus on arms, stay in an isometric hold. 6 seconds right here. It's in for 5, we lower for 4, heels lift for 3, they lower for 2, heels lift one more time. Now reach those arms back out and freeze. From here, I need you to bring those weights together like you're holding that giant beach ball. Start to pulse those arms out an inch. You're still in a nice metric hold in your legs. Fight for that hold. Pulse out 1 inch and in 1 inch. Yes, you can. Arms are nice and wide. Hold here. Arms come up overhead. Final hold. Stay low in your second position. You're out in less than 15. I know you want the break. Don't take it. Take another big inhale. Pull belly button in. Tuck your tailbone under for me. My friends who need the extra challenge, you have 8 seconds. Heels will hover or they'll lift. You have 6 and 5. Do not stand. Everybody give me 1 centimeter. You're out in 3. You're out in 2. You're out in 1. Lift all the way up. You made it. Set your weights down. And then go ahead and bring that right arm across your chest for a second. Let's just stretch arms for a moment before we come down to that mat. Open those arms back up. Bring that opposite arm across your chest. Good. And then bring those hands behind your head. We're going into your good mornings just for a little bit of a stretch. You're going to come all the way down. Feel the stretch in the back of your legs, and then we'll stand back up. It's 20 seconds here, and then we come down to the mat for the rest of class. Enjoy this good morning. Feel belly button pulling in. Find that soft bend in your knees as you hinge at your hips. Chest will fall forward. We've got 5 seconds here. Enjoy these. Anything else you need, take that sip of water. And 3, and 2, on 1. Nice job. Sip of water if you want it. Move computers if you need to. You're walking yourself out in your plank. You meet me down here. Last plank of class right here. And then you're going to finish in abs and some legs. We should be warm. Walk out into that plank when you're ready. Everybody's there in 3. Everybody's there in 2. High plank for me to start. Isometric holds right here. Take a big inhale. When you find that plank, I know you're warm. Shoulders are warm right here. I need 3 changes for you, a minute and a half of work. You're in a high plank to start. Those Balas still on. You just want to make sure that you're sweating here. Walk down to your forearms in 5, in 4, forearm plank in 3, in 2, forearm planks for everybody right here. Walk all the way down. Beautiful. Take a big inhale. 30-second hold right here. As you're breathing through this plank, I want you to think about where you're warm, where you can squeeze, where can you bring energy. If you are zipping from your ankles up those inner thighs towards your seat, If you need to, you lift your seat a centimeter just to retuck it. Look at the edge of that mat. You're going to see your fingertips spread out nice and wide. Chest is really proud right here. In 10 seconds, everyone walks back up to your hands. You drop to your knees. You give me 30 seconds of push-ups, the only 30 seconds of push-ups you have today. And then we're on our back for some ab work. In 3 and 2, everybody open up those feet, walk up to your hands. Option to start on those feet. If not, modify that push-up and just give me 30 strong seconds here. Regular push-up. I'm fine with a 2 count. I'm fine with a hand release. I just want you working towards these. Beautiful core. Those look great. Inhale, lower, squeeze your seat, tuck your tailbone, press all the way back up those elbows. Think about the angle where they are. Exhale, pressing up every time. You just have 8 seconds right here. 7. Everyone gets to find a child's pose. Give me that last few. In 6. In 5. Can you give me one more? In 4. In 3. Yes, you can. 2. We press back on 1. Everyone finds a child's pose. Open knees up nice and wide. I want you to take the minute to stretch right here. The moment, I should say. Actively recover. Can you reach your hands forward? Try to wiggle them towards the front of that mat. Knees stay wide. Seat is back towards those heels for 3. We're going to come into that all 4 position in 2, all 4 position in 1. Come into that all 4. Don't worry, we got some abs coming your way, but we're going to just make sure those legs are done. From here, if you have your Balas option for your hands, you can. I prefer not a 3-pound weight in those arms as I finish everything up and start your abs. Left leg is going to extend. Right arm, is going to come forward. You're going to lift everything up for me. You give me 1 pulse at the top. You lower down. I need you thinking arms, legs, abs. We lift up. 1 pulse at the top. We tap everything down. Squeeze that left cheek, reach that right arm. So we've got everything working as arms and legs, tap it down. We lift, we give ourselves a pulse, we tap down. Still 20 seconds to go right here before our hold. You have it. We're just getting everything warm and ready for us to come on our backs. Breathe. If you're holding a weight in your hand, I want you to think to yourself, you're reaching in opposition here. You're squeezing that left cheek, but you're reaching that right shoulder. Hold at the top in 3. Give me 1 more pulse in 2. Lower down on 1. Now lift up, hold. Isometric hold here. Where can you squeeze? Find your balance challenge. Pull belly button in. Reach arms so long and strong. Left cheek should be shaking right here. Yes, you can. There's no other movement. You bring arm down in 8. Yes, you can. In 7. Balance looks wonderful, ladies. 3 seconds right here. Give me 2 more. Everything comes down right into that opposite side. Left arm extends. Right leg extends. We lift everything up. We give ourselves 1 pulse. We tap down. This right here is just, it tricks you. Like, how easy is this? We're just extending arm and legs. No, everything is working. Your belly button is plugged in, so your back is flat and that neutral spine, your abs are working, your shoulders are going to burn here, and your center seat. Squeeze that right cheek as tight as you can. Left arm reaches. Don't let it just fall down. Find that nice tension. Really fight to pull that arm up nice and slowly lowering it. Less than 20 seconds right here. We're headed into that hold. You're coming onto your backs after this. You have it. Squeeze center seat for me. Here we go. In 5, you hold. In 4, you hold. Last 3 and 2, arms and legs stay lifted. Here's where you get to decide how much you're squeezing, how much you're finding that burn as you reach those arms and legs in opposition. Belly button plugs in. Give me 10 strong seconds. You squeeze that seat as tight as you can. It's a quick transition onto your back for me. In 5, in 4, yes, in 3, in 2, everything comes down right here. Weights can come to the side. You're going to lower all the way down with control for me, all the way down with control. Feet are flat on that mat. Arms are going to reach up. The first one, your feet might lift, but you got to keep them down. Arms reach up towards the ceiling. We're going to exhale. If I can get myself up, reach to the top. And then you're coming down on a 3 count right here. So we exhale, we lift all the way up, and then we come down on that 3 count. Yes, you can. Exhale right back up. The second that those shoulder blades touch, you exhale and you reach. Hands can come across the chest. Hands can come to prayer. Hands can come behind your head. Modification is to find that reach. Yes, you can. 3 counts to come down. Exhale, lift, reach right back up. Yes, you can. In 5 seconds, you stay down. In 3, in 2, hands come behind your head. I want you to just crunch off of that mat, lower down. Exhale, shoulder blades come up. Inhale, shoulder blades come down. Regular crunch right here, but fight to get that height coming off of the mat. Can you float your legs to tabletop for me right here? Float legs to tabletop, stay in the crunch for 10 more seconds. 8 seconds. Now everybody push knees 1 centimeter away from you. Yes, there's your challenge spot. We're holding at the top of this crunch in 3. In 2, hold at the top of your crunch. Can you alternate tapping right toe down, tapping left toe down? Can you treat it as if when one is coming down, the other one is coming up, almost like a seesaw, that yo-yo? We tap right, tap left. Tap right, tap left. Hands can stay behind your head. If you need to start reaching, I'm okay with it. Go for 10, 9 and 8. Good. 7. Tap it. 6 and 5. Last 4. We turn it into bicycles. 3 and 2. Both legs stay lifted. We tap right elbow, then left. Tap right, tap left, tap right, tap left. Keep going right into those bicycles. You have it. 10, 9, good. 8 and 7. 6 more here. It's 5, good. 4, back to tabletop. And 3 and 2, back to tabletop. Yes, you can. You lower head, neck, and shoulders. You extend toes up towards the ceiling here. Now take a big inhale. Reach hands up. Hands reach past those ankles. We're going to bring those legs down into that leg lift. Exhale, lift and squeeze. If this is too much, lower head, neck, and shoulders down. But I want you to stay here for 10 seconds. I know you can do it. I'm okay if hands come behind your head for 5, for 4. Yes, you can. 3 and 2. On 1, legs come back to tabletop, back to your crunches. 10, lift 9, lower 8. Lift 7, lower 6. Lift 5, lower 4. Lift 3, lower 2. Lift and hold. Back to that seesaw. Tap right toe, left toe. I'm going to give you a break after your bicycles. Fight right here. Yes, you can. 8 and 7. 6, slow it down if you need to. I'm bringing you into an advanced series, so I know I'm moving quickly. Hold at the top in 3, hold at the top in 2. Now alternate your bicycles to finish. You get a break in 15 seconds. So can you fight? Can you fatigue those abs? 10 seconds. 9, extend those legs. 8, do not give up. 7, you rest in 6, in 5, you've got 4, 3, 2, rest. Final minute of work right here. Bring knees into your chest. Yes, you can. Take a big inhale. When you're ready, feet come back flat on that mat. I need you to lift into your high bridge for me. Open feet up a little wider than you think that they should be. Heels should be close to those hands. Now press your hands into the mat. I want you to alternate lifting right leg to tabletop, lifting left leg to tabletop. It's your last change. I'm focused more on abs than I am with those glutes. So glutes are squeezing. You're in a high bridge, and all we're doing right here is lifting those legs to tabletop. Seat is squeezed and lower abs are nice and warm. Make this delicate and deliberate. You have 15 seconds left right here. Press into that mat. Lift those hips up 1 inch higher because I know that you can. Oh, there they go. Perfect. 8 and 7. Beautiful. 6 and 5. We've got 4 more, ladies. Heart rates are coming down. 3, 2, 1. Bring those knees into your chest. Rest. It flew by for me. I don't know about you. Knees come in. Take a big inhale. Rock from side to side. I'm going to let the time run out for us. I did add tomorrow in, so if you can make it at 6:45 tomorrow, we'll build on what we did today, some additional legs, abs, arms, but have such a great rest of the day. I hope you can make it tomorrow so I can just burn you out for the weekend. See you later, ladies.